Okay.
Hello.
Hopefully you guys can hear us. Please let us know if you can. And I'm going to turn my phone over because I keep looking at it every time.
Same.
Oh, it's so bad. So, can you guys hear us, please? We are the crew from Devilian, and we are joined here by the lovely Serafina. Wait, I can't get my fingers in the right spot there. There we go.
You
By the lovely
pointing
Serafina.
upwards?
Not used to reverse.
Who can't see us, so it's kind of fun and interesting. She has no idea what gestures we're making at her. And we are also joined by a new-ish face. Some of you may have seen Deb before, but Deb, also otherwise known as Morgana, is joining us
Hello.
today as well. And so we are Devilian.
Yes.
Yes.
We
And
have
it- and
many
we have
things
stuff
to cover.
share, and it's awesome. It's
Yeah,
so
it's been a
cool.
while. It's been
Looking
a
forward to it.
while.
So before we get started, I do want to point out that we are in our new building. You guys may notice it doesn't look like it did before. So we are working on getting everything set up. And that, unfortunately, right now includes some construction outside to make sure that the wheelchair ramp meets code. So if you do hear some big sort of jackhammer noises in the background, it should be minimal. They tell us it'll be minimal, and they tell us it should be done
Pretty
30
soon.
minutes ago. So so really sorry. Hopefully it's not very loud and you guys will be okay. But that's what's going on in the background if you hear it. We are also in our new digs, and this is the first time that we have streamed in this new room.
Yes.
I think
It's been
actually-
an adventure.
Is Devilian kicking it off like with this setup? I know Reactor's done
Yes.
some streams in here. but-
Atlas Reactor did a very minimal setup stream
Okay.
last Friday. So this is the first, like,
This is the first one we're
Whoa.
actually...
production.
Nice. Yes, go Devilian. So that should be a lot of fun.
Yes.
And
Guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs, test subjects.
they made the girls be the guinea pigs. What's with this? Like, come on. So we have, for those of you who are in the stream and are here from maybe from one of our other games and maybe not that familiar with what Devilian is an action MMO RPG that is sort of blah blah blah. It's been too long since I've done the spiel. Basically, it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. It's a top-down view action game with a lot of motion in the combat, very fast-paced combat. But we've also got guilds and raids and quests and all that kind of stuff coming up. So it should be a lot of fun.
It's a
Hey,
legit
Kiwi!
adventure. Yeah, hi,
Yeah, I
Kiwi.
was gonna say, if you want to describe Devilian, it's sort of like the old Reese's commercial where you had the cars and they
Yes.
like collide, and then one guy's like, "You got chocolate in my peanut butter."
Yes.
Like Devilian is, "You got action RPG in
RPG.
my MMO. You got MMO in my action RPG."
It's true.
It's true. It's
So
true.
true.
It's a lot of fun. And so,
Yeah.
if we want, we can go ahead and switch to the game. And Deb and I are mainly going to talk for a while, but I'm running through one of the dungeons right now. Theoretically, what dungeon am I in? I walked away from this computer, and that was a mistake. I will point out. Okay, we're gonna run through this dungeon as I try to figure out where I'm at. We are in the realm of greed. Can I teleport? It kicked us out. That's what it is. I'm like, this is not right. This is not looking right. I'm gonna go right back into the dungeon.
Say we're doing Realm of Greed.
We are doing Realm of Greed.
Yeah, exciting.
I should point out for those of you who are watching, I am severely overgeared and overleveled for this dungeon. It is primarily because I cannot play and talk at the same time. Lots of death happens
Super
if
hard.
I try. I'm really bad at it. I mean, I can be completely overpowered and just have issues. It's so bad.
Yep.
So Deb,
But
sorry.
I was gonna say there actually is already a question from the chat,
Cool.
and that was super fast. And Dom1110 was asking if there's gonna be an event on the EU server that it hasn't started yet.
There should definitely be the event on the EU server, and if it hasn't started yet, that's a bug, and I will fix it as
Yes.
soon as we get away from this live stream. Sorry about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we are kicking off the Spring Fling, right?
Yes.
Started at 9.
And what we'll do is we'll extend the Spring Fling on the EU server a little bit so that you guys get the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Which
Fair's fair.
is fair is fair. And it'll turn it into, you guys will probably have it through your evening on My brain is now trying to remember the day it ends, 12th or the 13th. I forget.
Yeah, I think it's
exactly which.
Which for them might be the 13th.
That's true.
Yeah.
Due to UTC and all
Because
that,
time
it probably is the 13th.
Because time zones are really.
I'm just glad that EU and NA are on, like, all on summertime now. Like, the 2 weeks where they're not is, like, always a pain.
Because you really have to think about the conversion, like, every second you post it until it actually converts back over.
I admit I cheat. I have an application on the web that I use every time.
World Time Buddy.
World Time Buddy.
World Time Buddy.
World Time Buddy is
That's
the best
awesome.
best thing ever. So while we're running through Realm of Greed today, like, let's talk a bit about Spring Fling. What can players expect from this year's run of Spring Fling?
So in the Spring Fling, you're going to have to go and get roses from all of the mobs, and none of these are going to drop them because I am too over leveled. So basically, any mob that is within 5 levels of you will have a chance of dropping roses. And once I'm done killing these guys, I'll show you some of the stuff you can get.
It's so exciting.
Well, you can be a duck if you'd like.
I know. This is my favorite event of the entire year.
this.
I
I
love
can't
this
get over
outfit.
it. I
It is
can't get
so
over it.
fun. So you can be a duck if you'd like, and if you'd like, you can be a duck on where's my ray? On a fearless. Oh, I can't use them in the dungeon. On a fearless ray, which I'll show you later when we're back outside. And so those are two of the things that you can get. Those are sort of the top end things for turning in roses to Antoine, and he is in Asperon by the fountain. And then you can also get, let's see what we've got. We've got talisman boxes of all different kinds, sacrificial and regular. Enigma keys.
Megaphones? Did I
Yes,
see
there are
that?
megaphones on there. So there's a ton of different stuff. We've got an article up on the website that's got actually the list of everything that's in that marketplace, or in the event marketplace, and so that you can go ahead and see that. And so that should be a lot of fun. And all of that, all those items are just for the roses that you get in the world. And because I know the question comes up every time we do one of these events, I'm sorry, the guys in the Infinite Hunting Grounds are still being really stingy and not giving any roses.
Those guys don't like any event items.
No, man,
like,
they're mean. They're
they're
just
mean.
like, I
They're
don't know.
unfun.
They just want to die or
They're
something.
greedy and don't want to share.
They are greedy and don't want to share. Oh, go over there. It's kind of fun being this overpowered. You really sort of only have to half pay attention. Thank you, Brass, for linking that
Yeah,
article.
thanks, Linda.
Yay, we have that.
Hey, I was just about to pull it up.
Yes, well, we've got... what's really kind of fun right now is that in this new room setup, I can see Brass. She's
It's a
right
little unnerving.
there.
A little in advance. She'll see us after the delay.
I know. I'm waiting for her to turn over. She's gonna like totally ignore us and be like, "Yes, whatever." There we got the wave. Oh, there is a little bit of issue there. Imperious, if you've got folks that you think are win trading, please do report that to customer service through our website. It's support.trionworlds.com, and if we can get Brass to link that, that would be fantastic. And they will be happy to investigate and action if necessary. Do keep in mind, guys, if you report somebody for win trading, for botting, for any of these, bad activities that we don't like people doing, you probably won't hear back from customer service whether or not they were actioned. That's a policy that we've had for all of our games. You'll hear back that the report was received, so you know that we got it. But the guys and girls over in customer service take their time, investigate quite thoroughly to make sure that what you saw is what's happening consistently, and it wasn't that you just saw something one-off that was weird. And I apparently have summoned a bunch of stuff. So you're not necessarily going to hear back from them. Come on.
Yeah, it's mostly, well, you just explained it probably much better than I could have.
Yeah, it also has some privacy and some safety concerns there.
Really, I was considering the privacy, but, that's a long story, It's about being good to the other players, too, and not, calling people out for the things that they do. Well, if someone's doing something bad, we're going to talk to them, and we're going to make sure they stop, and if they don't, there are punishments for that. And that's just, the long and short of it.
Yep. And we've actually had a number of we've had people before in this game and other games where folks see them doing something weird that when we dig into it, it was a one-off and they don't never do it again. So we prefer people not to do things again, bad things again.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind. Go ahead and send as much information as you can, especially if you saw them in a certain dungeon at a certain time. That really helps us to narrow down the logs, or a certain battleground. This sounds like PvP. Then that really helps a lot, and we can figure out exactly what's going on.
Now, in the other questions that are popping in the chat, and this is the one we're always talking about, and that's the gold lotus flowers. We are always talking about gold lotus flowers. I don't think there's been a live stream where we haven't mentioned gold lotus in a while.
And not since we released them, I don't think. We do have an event coming up in a few weeks, and I'm not giving you the exact date because we're still sort of messing around a little bit with the exact dates on the calendar. But we do have an event coming up that will help you guys out. It's an event called It's Raining Flowers, and we've run this event before, and basically there'll be a couple of time slots every day that'll be on the European servers and on the North American servers specific to those time zones that you guys will be able to kill bosses and get drops. So it should be, you can basically during those time frames farm all you like as long as you have you can get through the dungeons and you have or you have the invasion tickets to get to the end bosses. So keep an eye on both Twitter and on our forums and on our website, and we will announce that like we normally do about a day or so ahead of time when that's coming live.
Right. I think like the strategy going forward is to continue trying to put gold lotuses into these sort of events.
Yeah.
We have discussed the drop rates numerous times, but right now, like the way we're really tackling it is like by the weekly events, which give everyone a really good way to get gold lotuses while still doing fun things too.
And we heard you guys, I know we did one event where we put them on the dungeon roulettes, and we heard you guys that was not a great way because RNG isn't friendly to some people.
Right.
Like me, I never get anything good out of those things.
I am also in that
excited
camp.
it'll be in like events.
Yeah,
and
so
stuff
you'll just
instead.
be able to farm them on the bosses. I have discovered, however, that I need to pay more attention to my cooldowns. As I'm trying to push the keys for the stuff that's on cooldown that doesn't work. If we're in testing, I can pull RNG stuff, no problem.
Of course.
No, as soon as it's on live, forget it. Not gonna happen.
Now, of course,
Just
good
next,
question.
for the drop rates to be adjusted, I know it's super low right now. We've talked to Gino. They are concerned about increasing the drop rates because there's a lot of different factors involved there. And so that's why we're addressing it right now through events that we can sort of control a little bit better and help there. Bunzip, I see your comment about equipment growth for Devilian form, and that's also on the list of upcoming events. So we'll have one of those coming up in the next few weeks. And in this case, few weeks could be like in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So, but yes, we have heard you, and we will have stuff coming up. And do we have an EU? Dom 110, for the EU server lag, please, if you can pull your logs, if you can capture something on the screen, what you're doing when you're seeing that lag, as much information as you can, get that over to our support team. Again, that's support.trionworlds.com. And so we can take a look at it, look at the server logs to see what was going on at that time, and get everything, get as much information as we can. And yes.
I mean, people always report that, and lag is one of the hardest things to pin down in a game because it could come from a variety of places. It could be network related. It could be actually in-game. I've seen it be in-game mechanic related, you know. I've seen it be a certain machine or video card related. And that's not to like criticize people's machines. That's just literally like a driver is not playing nicely.
Yes, yeah.
And it is causing this bad situation, and we have to understand what that is in order to help alleviate that bad situation.
I do talk to my game, especially in boss fights. Sorry.
Yeah. I actually worked on a game once where opening and closing the friends list actually did it.
Yes.
And we found that it was so random. Or your friend logs on and it did it.
I know we have a challenge if your friends list has a lot of friends on it. You do see some server lag well, it's client lag, not server lag. But you do see some lag in that instance.
Yeah, but it's something we've actually have been looking into. I see XESO saying that we don't acknowledge it. No, we've been acknowledging it. We want more information on it. And
yeah, we haven't been able to find anything that seems to point to a cause that is the problem.
Yep.
So the more information from you guys, the better.
From Too Lean, I've never seen or heard about this game. Is it like Diablo and Path of Exile, where you do the same dungeons over and over? I mean, you can if you want to do that in Devilian. There's definitely a series of dungeons which you can definitely run over and over again. But there's also an open world aspect to it, where you can journey across the land, do quests, and do like more traditional MMO things as well. And there's a PvP aspect to the game too.
Yep.
Which I think is great. That's something you don't see in a lot of action RPGs. Survivor 36, you didn't miss the Devilian stream. We're right here.
Here. You haven't missed anything.
No.
Except us talking about the Spring Fling event and what's going on there. And apparently I got a bunch of gold for running that dungeon.
Nice.
Sure.
Nice.
Now share. So poor.
Oh. Well, this isn't a play character, so sharing doesn't quite work.
Yeah.
However, my play character does have some gold if you really need some.
Yeah, Bunzip just asked, please consider helping us level our Devilian forms with an event. We just said that, actually.
Yes, we did say that. We are going to have an event in the next 4 to 6 weeks. And we're sort of... so just so you guys understand how we go through this whole process of events. We're going to be... We plan out events about a month in advance-ish. Sometimes a little bit further, depending on what we're doing. And... we sit down and we understand, we look through what we want to do, what events we've run, what events we haven't run in a while, and what things that people are asking for, and then plan out those events, come up with ideas, come up with rewards, make sure that Gino's all cool with everything that we're doing, because we'd like to be good partners, and then we go ahead and schedule it out. So we're currently working through the schedule for, we've got this week going, we've got the spring event going for the next couple of weeks, and we're finalizing the schedule for the next set, the next month-ish or so. So that's why we're being a little bit vague on some of these dates, because we haven't yet finalized the full schedule. And once we do that, you guys will see, usually on the Thursday is when we publish the post, and that event starts usually the following Friday. So. And now I'm going to blow up stuff in the open world.
Yep, and there's always, for those of you who are new to Devilian, there's always a new event to look forward to almost every week. Yeah. I say almost every week because there are some weeks where the event is us changing something, within the game. But we do try and keep things fresh and new and put new challenges that are changing weekly for you guys to complete.
I'm sort of doing the how many can I kill at once concept.
Black Cat Ranger says, I would love to have pink hair. Pink hair is awesome. You should totally do it.
Pink hair. You can totally have pink hair.
Yeah.
Either for in real life or in game. You can have blue hair in game as well, or in real life.
Also, Nexi was asking, switch out the patron slaughter souls for capricious. Please, 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 please.
This is a request. We know folks want that. We want it too. And we've had that request in to Gino. Unfortunately, we do not have the ability to make the changes ourselves.
Oh no, so fingers crossed.
So, yes.
Yeah.
Come on, Gino.
I will remind them of the request, and hopefully we can get that changed soon.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there is some other stuff we wanted to talk about that I think you guys will be interested in. We actually have some information on our next content update. And level 60 is coming. It's probably going to be May-ish. Maybe early June is the time frame. I don't have the build yet from Gino, so I can't give you a firm time, because until we have the build and see what bugs there are in it and how that's all working, I can't give you a firm time. But level 60 is coming. It's on the schedule, and we should be getting the build in about a month-ish or so, and then we'll have more information for you guys. So we're looking at launching it sort of late May to early June. And that's going to include new dungeons, of course, new gear, because level 60, new gear is needed. It's also going to include a new tier of potions, because I'm not paying attention to the game and not getting out of the ground effects. And so... So we'll have the new tier of potions, and Gino is also working on a revision to the Devil Hunt. Now, it's not confirmed if this is going to be in the build with level 60. They're trying for it, but we don't have the final details, so we don't know for sure if it's going to make it or not. So I want to add in all of those layers of caveats.
Mm-hmm.
But they are looking to find ways to make the devil hunt to be really worth it and more rewarding. I know right now it's kind of not super rewarding, and for the amount of time and effort you have to put into it, it's not that great. So they are looking on improving that and making that all better as well. So that I'm really hoping that gets into that build.
That sounds really good.
Cool. We do have a giveaway today, Imperius.
Of course we do.
We're going to be giving away our armored I can never pronounce this guy's name. Our armored bird.
The armored cassowary?
Thank you, that one.
You're welcome.
There we go.
Casa, what's it?
Casa, what's it? So here he is, and looking.
It always reminds me of a Quetzalcoatl, which I'm sure I butchered that word, so please forgive me.
There are all of these words, and I'm like, I don't know, and then I get knocked down. Die. And so we're going to be giving away 10 of those guys, which should be a lot of fun.
And that'll be later in the
Oh,
stream.
and now
so
I'm out in the world. I can show you guys the mount from the event.
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
So this is the Fearless Dragon Ray. And there he is looking all dapper.
It's so cute.
So he's pretty sweet.
I want to hug. So cute.
I get the feeling that he might be a little scaly and spiky to hug. I don't know.
It's okay.
the stingers that are just giving me pause.
You know, it's kind of cool. Ryug, yes, we are going to be doing some events that will allow you to get lots of lotus flowers so that you can level up your resistances.
Yes,
because level
coming.
60 is coming, you're going to want to have those resistances all leveled up to make sure that you can tackle those dungeons.
Yep. And now what from one of the questions that was asked before, what was the current level cap? That's 58.
It's 58.
58.
Which I'm very boringly sitting at. Yeah, die.
So there's
Sorry,
always
you don't
there's a
wanna
bunch of content to do to get up there. And like our last update, we just added a brand new raid, and that was super exciting to bring in, and of course the brand new dungeon as well. So there's always new things being added to the game.
I feel like I want to use my fireball on this mage just because it's such a crappy low level spell. I'm like, I never use fireball on the evokers once I get them high enough. But yes. Yes, I did mean a higher resistance level. So you want to get your resistance levels as high as you can so that you are ready for the new dungeons when they come.
Yes.
Yes, there was a treasure goblin there. I did purposely ignore him because they take paying attention.
How could you? Like that's like the. I watched it too. I literally watched it and like twitched a little bit as
If I was on my play character, that would be a different story. But I don't really get to keep anything on this one, so
Mm-hmm.
It's also like one of the testing accounts.
Yeah.
Ada says, "Please kill the goblin. It's a fun."
Oh dear. Die.
Hey,
Now
Pete.
see, watch it. I'll try to kill him and then I'll die. It'll be funny.
Now, what server are we playing on, by the way? We're on Bolton, I think we mentioned from before.
I know we mentioned it before the stream. I'm not sure we
Yes.
mentioned it once we started the stream.
We're on Bolton. I'm
Sorry,
pretty
guys.
sure.
We are on Bolton. And really just running around in the world.
Get it?
So do
Get
we know
it?
if the new resists require lotuses, or will there be a new type of flower?
I don't know. I haven't seen the
Ooh.
specs yet.
So hopefully we'll find that out soon. We'll be sure to share.
Yeah, that information is still coming in.
Yep. Someone's asking me to use Flame Shuriken instead of Lightning Blast, but I like my Lightning Blast. Okay, there, we have a dead goblin now.
I feel better. I feel so
That's
much
like
better.
A relief.
It's like
you
a
only
weight
dropped
has been
Silver
lifted off my
Sage, so-
I
shoulders.
know, but still, it's like a compulsion.
That you have to kill the goblin?
Yeah. You can't let him go free.
Alright, so, where are we? What time, what am I looking at
It
for
is
time-wise?
11:54.
Thank you very much.
I know, I was looking around too, like, yeah.
Alright, so we covered what we've got in the next update. Don't forget Spring Fling is going on now for the next 2 weeks.
Until April 12th.
Until April 12th. And we're going to be giving away 10 of the armored birds.
Armored cassowary.
Armored cassowary.
The armored casseroles.
I misspell it every time as well. I type it up and I'm like, no, that's not how you spell. I got to change that, fix that. And so, if you haven't said something in chat in the last 30 minutes, please X up, Z up, Banana Dance, say something so that you can be entered into the prize rewards. So you can actually
Armored
get
chicken. That's something you can say. Something is also a word.
Something is totally valid.
Simpu is so strong always on this channel. You know, like when we do Devilian and some of the stuff from down here, and then I do Arcade, it feels like it.
Yeah.
It does.
And when you help out, if there's an auction stream for Trove.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Silistrata.
I'm on this channel a lot.
But not
Nightcrawler,
enough.
for the Devilian 3v3, yes, we very much want that back as well. And I know Gino is working on some stuff. They have, the last I heard, they had a design that didn't work, and so they're now going back to the drawing board to figure out what's actually going to work. So it's going to take a little bit longer than we hoped.
Yep.
But I appreciate the fact that they're not giving us a design that doesn't work.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So much of game design is just testing and trying and seeing if it's fun. And if it's not fun, scrap it and do it again.
Perpetual
Oh,
iteration,
man.
right?
Do
Yeah.
you remember the bunnies in Trove?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh
gosh.
my gosh.
Early days when we were building Trove, we were still figuring out the actual design of the game, and they had no art assets.
It was
Somebody
stationary bunnies, and they
Somebody found
spat
a bunny.
lasers out of their eyes.
But you've got to use what you can and test and see if it works. And that didn't work. That is nothing like the game we have today,
Mhm.
and I'm okay with that.
Same.
Flame Shuriken does count as something, Rialan. And no, we don't hate you. We understand your feedback, and thank you for the feedback. We actually just did a class balance pass recently,
Yes,
a little while back.
a little
we were
while back.
always looking
Evokers
for-
didn't really get any changes. It was primarily for the melee folks. They got
Yeah.
some boosts to their survivability and to their damage, which they very desperately needed.
The Shadow Hunter,
Yes.
yeah, needed some love.
And I'm sorry, Cannoneers, if you want to heal, you still have to go get that gun. Which, of course, I can't remember the name of the gun now, but why can't I remember the name of the gun? Anyway.
But if you have some exact feedback, we always do take that and always send that along. So put it on our forums, and we will absolutely take that into account. Like the last class feedback thread was super helpful,
That
and
was
those
great.
changes
Yeah.
made it to the game.
The more detail you can give us, I know Flame Shuriken is bad, but it's an early ability. You get cooler ones later to replace it with. That's sort of how
Right.
some of that's supposed to work. You'll notice I don't have it on my bar right now. And somebody has the Fearless Dragon Ring.
Hey.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
All right,
So-
so we're going to go ahead and do giveaways.
For the armored cassowaries.
There we go. And you spelled it right.
I'm like, I have to say it so slowly.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and give 10, and Deb is going to roll.
The first one
While I
is.
run around and kill
Do we
things.
use the announce winner or no?
Yeah.
Alright.
Saves us having to retype it.
The first one is Zobberbean. Hopefully I said that right. You have won an armored cassowary. Let's do another one.
Come on, die.
And then Nyla_TR. Congratulations.
Actually, it doesn't look like it's actually doing the echo.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, and Dom110, you won an armored cassowary.
Nice.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Oh, I'm sitting here being beaten up by things.
Alright. Done. Oh shit.
Oops.
Everybody, except again. The giveaway thing worked out a little bit, so.
Oh no.
Oh no! Okay, so we have a. How many have we given away so far?
We've given 2 away so far.
Okay, so say something,
Wait,
guys.
3.
3. So go ahead and say something. X up.
Yeah, my
Um,
apologies.
This is what happens with new stuff and new situations and.
Oh, good. Now it's like a nice recent
Okay, now we're
list.
seeing everybody.
Yeah.
There we are.
Nice. This go getting longer. All right, I'll let it go for another like maybe 15, 20 seconds.
Well, while we're waiting for it to go, we can actually talk about something that is also happening with the Devilian team,
Oh, yeah.
and that's me.
There's a reason why I'm
Um,
here.
I am sad. I am sad because I will be stepping back from Devilian,
I
unfortunately.
expect you still to play.
What was that?
I expect that you'll still play.
Oh, I will still
Periodically
play.
when you
I'd
need
like
a
my
break.
Tempest. That's not an issue. But I'm stepping on back from the Devilian team, and I will be focusing exclusively back on Arcage again. I think, which some people may remember I did before I joined Devilian. But the good news in all of this is the person you're getting, she might be in this room. But it's going to be Deb Morgana Davis, the lovely Deb, taking over for me. Which you should also be very excited about, because one,
exciting.
great hair.
I've been
Two.
like behind the scenes since like, so I've been with the company since like 2011. I started as a GM for Rift, and then I moved into QA, and then I moved into community in like.
Well, you've been in community for a
2013.
while now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've always been like behind the scenes. Like I help Extra Life, and like I help out like running the back end of streams sometimes. But it's really exciting to sort of like have my first foray into the public eye. And also scary, so don't be too mean to me, please.
Yep. No, Celesrata did not quit.
No, no.
She's just going
It
to
actually
Arcade.
took a fair amount of convincing from the Arcade guys to get her to help out and leave Devilian. So
Yep, I'll just be working more exclusively on Arcade for now. You know, the nice part about being on community is like your responsibilities can change over time.
Exactly.
You know, you're always working on new games and trying new
We
things.
do what we must, right? And sometimes other things need more focus, and
Yep.
you pull on.
But
other
I'll still
people.
be here. You'll still
Exactly.
see me. You can't get rid of me.
no.
I wouldn't want to. Don't leave us. I don't know why I'm like reaching my hands out to like touch the monitor because you can't see us.
She can't see us at all.
I know, right?
Even though she's right there. She's like right there in our vision.
I'm fine. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry.
So the folks that are asking for more details on level 60, I haven't seen the final design documents yet, so I don't really want to share a whole bunch of information on
Oh, yeah.
stuff that may not be final. So we're going to go ahead and hold off on a lot of details for that, other than to let you know when it's coming, roughly. Again, that is late in May, early in June. And then we will have more information as we get that throughout, certainly throughout the month of May, potentially some in April, depending on when we see the final docs.
All right, so I'm going back to some giveaways now that we've
Let's
got
do it.
plenty of people that have X'd up. So the next up is Drunken Sushi, which sounds like an excellent evening out.
That's excellent.
And then someone named Slarathan.
Oh, look, Drunken Sushi's right here.
Congratulations! I'm so easily entertained.
And I don't have any emotes on my bar.
Aw. Alright. Let's see here. Next person is Nico Straxus.
We'll get everybody.
Uh-huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 4 more to go. Cross your fingers, everyone.
Yes, Drunken Sushi, I do love my evoker.
And then there's someone named Nightcrawler. I know it's
Oh,
supposed to be
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. Finding
Wasn't
an unused
Nightcrawler
version of the
lamenting
names.
luck in giveaways before? I think we were a while ago.
Maybe.
Yeah, in like one of our last streams.
Yeah.
But you've
the
won
name sounds
now.
familiar to me, so that means it's probably a yes. The next person is Unknown Marksman 123.
Yeah.
Then we got 2 more.
Should we switch back to Big Devs, please?
Ratoshi Ganex is the next winner, and the final winner is Realian. And
Awesome.
yes, so that's
Oh.
our 10 winners, and you have won an armored cassowary, the one that we were showing off in stream a little
Earlier,
bit. And I
yep.
think there's an excellent gif of it running around on Twitter and Facebook.
There it
That
is.
was fun. Yeah, I like it when we can make the gifts of the mounts, especially because
Yes.
that
Seeing
one
them
was
in
relevant.
motion is completely different. than seeing a
Unknown
static
Marksman,
picture.
thank you very much for letting us know. We will go ahead and re-roll that for you.
Okay, thank you for your.
Oh, one more. So kind, so
Alright.
kind.
4 miles. That's you. That is
Alright.
our new final winner.
Sweet. So thank you all very much for joining us. If you were one of the winners, you will be getting a message on Twitch chat or in the Twitch message system
Yes.
from Trion Worlds. Please make sure to check into your other folder because sometimes it ends up there instead. We will need your character name and the server that you play on to be able to give you your prize.
So yeah. Thank you all for joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you all over Nala. Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.